Yeast infections are very common. It is estimated that almost 80% of women have at least one yeast infection in their lifetime. In this video we will explain best tips and natural home remedies on how to cure and get rid of yeast infection fast naturally. Yeast infection is caused by the fungus known as Candida albicans. It is also known as thrush, candidiasis, or fungal infection. This fungus remains present in small amounts with other bacteria in the genital, warm, and moist areas of the body. The infection usually affects the mouth, throat, vagina, esophagus, and the gastrointestinal tract. A vaginal yeast infection is overgrowth of fungus in the vagina characterized by vaginal itching, burning, and discharge. Both men and women are susceptible to this condition. Women get vaginal yeast infections while men get penile yeast infections. Yeast infection is primarily caused by a fungus, however some of the other possible causes for yeast infection are weak immune system, stress, certain diseases like diabetes or AIDS, poor eating habits, excessive use of antibiotics, hormonal changes, and unprotected sex. Yeast infection can be divided into two types: oral infection also known as thrush and genital infection. The symptoms of oral yeast infection are creamy white lesions in the inside of the mouth, on tongue, and gums. Difficulty in swallowing. Loss of taste. Cracking in corners of mouth. Constant feeling as if something is stuck in the mouth. Vaginal infection in women, also known as vulvovaginal candidiasis, is often ignored by women, and hence, not easily diagnosed. Following are some of the main vaginal yeast infection symptoms in women. Vaginal discharge having a cottage cheese-like appearance. Itching, burning, and irritation in vagina. Pain during intercourse. The symptoms of penile yeast infection appear within a couple of days of getting infected and are nearly similar to those of vaginal infection. Following are the symptoms of yeast infection in men. Itching and pain around penis. White discharge. Cracked skin. Next we will discuss treatment options to cure yeast infection. Antifungal creams, ointments, and oral antifungal medications are usual options for treating candidiasis. On the other hand, vaginal suppositories are commonly used for treating vaginal yeast infections. Though these medications can cure the infection, they can cause a few side effects. Moreover, they may fail to prevent its recurrences. This is the reason why many people prefer the natural treatment options and home remedies to cure yeast infection. Now we will discuss some best natural home remedies and cures for vaginal yeast infection. Chickweed, burdock root, dandelion root, and echinacea are among useful herbs and best yeast infection home remedy to cure and soothe yeast infection. These herbs are also safe for use during pregnancy. These may be used singly or in combination, as infusions or tinctures. To prepare an infusion, place 1 ounce of any of these herbs, or a mix of equal parts into a quart-size jar. Fill the jar with boiling water, cover, and steep for 2 hours. Drink 2 cups daily as needed. Slippery elm bark powder, marshmallow root powder, and comfrey root powder soothe irritated and inflamed tissue. Sprinkle the powder on your irritated vulva or rinse yourself with a tea of any of these or a mixture of them. To prepare a tea, mix 1 tablespoon of any of these herbs or a mixture of them with 1 cup hot water, stirring well. You can also prepare an infusion with the whole dried herbs by boiling 4 to 6 tablespoons of the herbs in 4 cups of water for 20 minutes. Rinse the irritated vulva with the tea or infusion. Live culture, plain, unsweetened yogurt is one of the most effective and best natural yeast infection treatment. When applied directly to the vulva, it reduces inflammation, restores pH balance, and also restores normal vaginal flora while destroying the yeast. Take 4 tablespoons of yogurt in a dish and let it come to room temperature. Then insert your index finger into your vagina and gently scoop out all the yeast you can easily. Do not attempt to scrape it out, just get out what you can so that the lactobacillus and acidophilus cultures in the yogurt get a better chance of overcoming the yeast. Then wash your hands thoroughly and put 1 to 2 tablespoons of the yogurt onto your index and middle fingers. Smear this up inside your vagina. Apply the remaining yogurt to your vulva the same way. Repeat this twice a day during an acute yeast infection or a couple of times a week if you are prone to yeast outbreaks. Apple cider vinegar makes a great rinse for the vulva and works like yogurt and is good cure for yeast infection. Mix 1/4 cup vinegar in 3 to 4 cups of lukewarm water and apply as you did in the previous yogurt yeast infection remedy. Vinegar can sting considerably, especially if your flesh is raw or if you have been scratching, so it is best applied in an orb of warm water. The juice of the aloe vera plant is exceptionally cooling and soothing and mildly antiseptic as well. It can be scraped from the inside of fresh leaves or purchased at natural food stores in the form of aloe vera gel and applied. In the case of an extremely irritated vulva, you can spread some of the gel onto a menstrual pad and wear it throughout the day. Next we will discuss some best tips to manage yeast infection. Drink plenty of fluids, especially water. Lemon juice and herbal teas are also good. Wear cotton underwear or none at all. Synthetic fibers trap moisture in the crotch area and provide an excellent breeding room for many organisms. You may even need to change cotton underwear by mid-afternoon if it gets damp from discharge or sweat. Wear loose-fitting cotton clothing. Try not to wear pantyhose, especially those without a cotton panel in the crotch. Avoid all concentrated sugars, including honey, maple syrup, and corn syrup. Avoid caffeine, including coffee, caffeinated sodas, chocolate, and black tea. Don't use bubble bath, bath oils, bath salts, or strongly perfumed soaps in your bath or around your vulva. Use white, unscented toilet paper. Wipe from front to back after a bowel movement. Rinse your vaginal area with water during the day, then pat dry, to reduce the likelihood of bacterial or fungal growth. Bacteria spread readily in heat and moisture. Dry yourself gently but thoroughly after bathing or swimming. Change out of wet swim clothes soon after swimming. Don't scratch your crotch. Scratching will further irritate the area and spread the infection. Avoid intercourse during the worst symptoms or if painful. Your partner may also need to be treated to prevent reinfecting you. Urinate after sex and thoroughly rinse yourself off with warm water. Reduce stress in your life as much as possible. Get adequate rest because infections thrive when your body is run down. Thanks for watching the video. If you want to learn more home remedies and natural treatment on how to cure and get rid of yeast infection fast naturally, then click link below in video. Also do not forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.